Yo, what's up, guys? Today it's a sunny day, and I'm going to show you some very typical Chinese garden, which is behind me. It is called a Guyi Yuan. It's a Guyi garden. So let's check it out.
Hello guys, this is China Uncle Maggie. It was during the pandemic. This is the regular healthy check I experienced in Shanghai last year. This time we will visit a classic Chinese garden called Guyi Garden in the town of Nanxiang, located in the suburb of Jiading district in Shanghai.
I'm just getting inside of the garden, and as you can see, there are like several girls behind me in this Chinese pagoda, and they are taking snaps because they are wearing like the traditional Chinese custom, which is awesome. Like it's totally fit into the whole vibe, and it looks like very matched to the traditional Chinese architecture. All right, I'm going to just walk around and try to find some other attractions.
I visited Guyi Garden in the early spring when Shanghai was getting warmer. The local residents of Nanxiang town were also coming to see the beauty of the gardening arts, plants and the flowers. It was a flower season that many Nanxiang locals were taking selfies with these beautiful flowers. The garden was originally owned by Magistrate Ming Shiji during the Jiajing era of the Ming Dynasty. After passing through various private hands, it was extensively remodeled in 1746 during the Qianlong era of the Qing Dynasty.
Alright guys, now I'm setting up my camera in front of a beautiful scenery, a beautiful sightseeing spot. So on my back, on the right side, there's a stone pagoda there. I think it was built during the Ming Dynasty, so it's basically like around 500 years old, maybe. I can't know the exactly the year which this one built. But the reason why I set up camera here is I'm going to talk about a story about this stone pagoda. So, as you know, during the Cultural Revolution, and this stone pagoda was destroyed. So people like destroy those Buddhas, like the stone cut on the surface of the pagoda. It's all destroyed. Now, as you can see, it's just like a very dodgy work of the repairing. So someone put this cement on the surface of the pagoda, try to repair that, but it's not like totally as same as before. So this is very pity that like the Chinese people during the Cultural Revolution, we see our history as a bad thing, and a lot of ignorance, and they thought like all the old stuffs are crap, so they destroy the historical architecture, etc. So I'm going to say, so we have to preserve these historical artifacts as much as we can as a decent Chinese person. So yeah, I just want to wake up the people and preserve our past. Is the respect our nowadays. Cheers.
The layout of the whole garden is mainly composed of two islands surrounded by water. These two islands are connected by 5 flat bridges and 1 curved bridge. The garden is divided into 6 scenic areas. Most of these sceneries are ponds, pavilions, gardens, and mini lakes. I was casually browsed them in a half day. It was beautiful, and some of the findings were interesting, such as the destroyed Buddhas in the garden.
Actually, this is a very calmful and beautiful garden. And today the weather is warm. It's like 20 degrees. And I got the time to walking in the garden, and it's very cheerful. And it's the natural beauty combined with the traditional Chinese architecture's beauty. I'm really enjoyed today, and I haven't like walked the entire garden. I think I walked like half of it. Let's keep going. I'm sitting in just like in the middle of the lake, and I'm now in a pavilion. But as you can see, there are like pavilions and pavilions behind me, and also like pagodas around me. So this is a very typical Chinese architecture garden, and you also see like those stone little hills around me. So I just checked the history around this place. It was like built like 500 years ago.
During the Qing dynasty, the Taiping rebellion fought fiercely with Qing army in Nanxiang, which led to many buildings in the garden were destroyed. These traditional pavilions were rebuilt lately. I'm not really sure the year of these buildings, but they look still traditional Jiangnan style to me, especially the lanterns and the rockery garden.
Now we're into this little stone cave, and I think it is a man-made thing, but yeah, it's interesting. See, our ancestors has a very creative thinking mind to build this beautiful thing. I'm really respect them.
In the year of 1932, the Japanese army occupied Nanxiang on March, and the Guyi garden was occupied by the invading army for more than 2 months. After the Japanese army retreated, houses in the park and artificial landsliders collapsed. Trees were chopped down, flowers and plants were withered.
Yeah, I found another place that, as you can see on my left side, this is another stone pool. Like it was also destroyed during the Cultural Revolution. And on my right side, that's a building. It used to be like a tea house. People can relax and sit down to have a cup of tea. But the pity thing is the stone pool or pagoda was destroyed. Like those Buddha statues on the surface of the pool was shoved by someone during the revolution. And see, like our historical traditions are eliminated during a very savage age, which is I really sorry about that. So yeah, I want to see like those historical stuffs are preserved very well, then we can understand our ancestors.
Alright guys, this Guyi garden tour is almost to the end. Guyi garden is very famous among the local Shanghainese. If you ask the random local Shanghainese, do they know this garden or have they been to here? 90% of the chance you will get a of course answer. By the way, people come to visit Nanxiang have Another big reason, which is the local Nanxiang steamed bun, is too famous in Shanghai. So check out the ending part of the food here. Thanks for watching. See you after the ending.
Just finished the tour in the garden. Now I'm a little bit hungry at the moment. So as you know, this place is famous by its steam bun. So yeah, the restaurant behind me is quite famous. So I'm going to check out the steam bun over here. So the one that I ordered here, it's literally like there are 15 steam buns, and these are the pork meat, and it's really a unique flavor. Now let's focus. So the softness of this bread side, and you got the pork inside. And I bought some steamed bun for my parents, and just take a look at this place. And if you are interested in steamed buns, probably you have to come here. Cheers.